I got into trouble recently, Will. No, not too recently ago. And this is actually why there's certain people I don't associate with online is because they want to stay in that victim mentality. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but Elevated, all of my brands, everything we do from the agency to the academy, is built around the idea of removing obstacles and excuses from people. That's my only purpose in life. And so recently I got asked this question. I want to hear your thoughts on it. But I said, like you, everything, nothing has meaning unless you give it meaning. And I said, I have this odd thing about trauma that, because I grew up in a domestic violent home,
Yeah.
and I was a victim because everyone told me I was a victim. But there was a moment where I chose not to be a victim anymore. And it was just like, I'm not going to allow you to dictate to me that that's considered trauma. And so what I said was like, trauma is only trauma when we decide it's trauma. But the moment we change it around, we go, it's not trauma. This is a really good learning opportunity. I remember there's a moment I was in a counselor's room in high school, and she was bringing up my past trauma because every time you go into a new school, whatever, you get a new counselor, and they want to talk about the same shit, and you're like, and I remember
Let's
at one
reinforce the
point,
trauma. Tell me about the
yeah,
trauma. Let's
and at
reinforce
one
it.
point, I go, I'm not interested in talking about this anymore. And she was like, well, no, I think you need to. And I go, well, no, here's why. Is because I am incredibly fortunate to have gone through that because I have classmates. The hardest thing they've ever been through in their life is their mommy and daddy didn't give them an allowance.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I've ever been through, that's why I'm so damn resilient, is because I grew up homeless for a while. Like and then at that point I stopped going to those counselors. And so I'm curious on your point. And again, I got in a lot of trouble because, and I had afterwards I thought about it, I go, why did people get so mad that I said trauma is only trauma when we make it trauma? And I realized, oh, it's because that's their identity's tied into that. If I
Yeah.
remove the victimhood from you, you don't know who you are anymore. And that's probably fucking scary.
Yeah, absolutely. I had one client say to me, Will, I know I'm resisting these sessions because I know that doorway you're asking me to walk through with you. I never even mentioned doorway, it's her metaphor. That doorway you're asking me to walk through with you, I know I should be happier through there, but I don't know who I am through there. But I know
Mm-hmm.
who I am here. And I'm like, you could be wherever the hell you want to be when you walk through that door.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. Victim mentality. It's a safe place to be. I'm in this terrible situation. Everybody else has put me here. I'm not responsible for it, and I'm stuck. Great, safe. I haven't got any responsibility. And some people do get stuck there, and they're kind of unaware of it. I've had two clients I've given refunds to because I've gone, great, you're in victim mentality, and they've seen it as a criticism. I'm like, no, no, this is great. We can move past it. And they're not ready to let it go because it's safe. I haven't got to do anything. While I'm here, I don't have to do anything. Trauma, I mean, what a prime example. I think you need to talk about it. Well, when we say you need to others, what we're really saying is, I need you to, or I need you to need to.
Mm-hmm.
Notice it was her need to get you to talk about the trauma, not yours. And as she said, I think you need to. No, I don't need to. And we can often do that to other people. You need to. No, I don't need to. Whose need is this? It's yours. Why? Perhaps she wanted more information. But of course, the more you went over it again and again, the more it reinforces this is trauma, this is trauma, this is trauma. And what a great place to be. We can go, no, I'm not doing this anymore. It is a decision. No little poem I write on my page. Lessons needed to be learnt can be painful when burnt, but if you resist, they will persist until you decide and know that every failure is an opportunity to grow. They will cut, it will keep biting you in the arse, that round and round in circles until you go, oh, well, I need to grow from this. But those ones that keep getting burnt are the victims. It's other people.
Yeah.
Other people do this to me. Why is it I attract narcissists? I hear this sometimes from
Mm-hmm.
women. I attract narcissists. Whoa, there's one common denominator here,
You.
you, which is not a criticism. With my clients, I encourage them to take as much responsibility for everything that was their responsibility
Yeah.
so that they can change it.